Yo, what's poppin'? I'm AJ. I'm about to give you guys beat breakdowns. This is gonna be episode 1. This is how I made my track, Nova. You can find it on SoundCloud. This took me a while. It was more so because of the mix. I couldn't get the mix right. I'm still not proud of it, even after the release, but whatever. What can you do? So, to preface this, I made this while skipping class in the library at college. When I was in college, I came up with the melody and a rough structure for it. And then throughout the course of the next 5, 6 months, I should say, I would just touch it up, tweak it where I can, add little things, little tricks, and I'll go over all that in this video. I'll include every shortcut I use too. This is something I wish that I had going into production. I wish there were YouTube tutorials on every shortcut because they will save you in the long run. It'll make your life so much easier. So let's get started. So I started with pretty much this. By the way, I'm using Option. I'm on Mac. So Option, scrolling makes it thicker lines, and then scrolling down would make it thinner lines. So I'm on this. I'm clicking this synth pattern, hitting the piano roll up here. All right, and I'm gonna go to what instrument I'm on, the one with the check. So this is Nexus. This is what I started with. I'm hitting pattern just to isolate the pattern. And yeah, so this is the pattern by itself. Yeah, so originally it didn't sound like that because there was no automation. So if I play it here, solo issue. It sounded more like that in the beginning when I first started. So if I double click, by the way, to highlight that, I did a right click drag. That way it loops that part only. And double click to get out of it. So yeah, so I started with that, and I'm right clicking this green dot to exit the solo in the playlist. So yeah, I started with that. I got inspo from the song Net Worth by Tommy Richmond. Yeah, for that synth kind of sound, I found it in Nexus. I'm like, let me make something cool out of it. I really liked how it sounded. And then yeah, if I go over to what did I do next? I did the bass line next, I believe. Or no, I layered it with this bell. So if I'll go here, there we go. So yeah, these are both, I used almost all Nexus for this, pretty much. So yeah, after that bell, I went in and put the bass. So now I have the bass going. Again, I'm right clicking, dragging to get that loop. And if there's any questions on shortcuts, let me know. I'm going to respond to all of them. I'm going to help you guys out. All right. So yeah, if I play that with the bass, got some saturation knob on it. Bro, tell me this shit is not about to crash, bro. Alright, so we have saturation knob, very light, very, very light. Just to give it some distortion. I have a crazy EQ going. So the blue one is taken out from the low end, or I should say the sides, so that, because it's a wide bass, I didn't want the wide parts, the low frequencies to be in, stereo. I wanted to keep it mono. And yeah, I didn't like those super sub frequencies either, so I took them out and gave it a little boost in the high end to emphasize that distortion. So then after that, honestly, I'm not going to get too much into effects in this video. It's more so structure and how I made it. I'll get into effects with other stuff, with other cool stuff I did. But yeah, I'll still give you guys the basic rundown of the effects. So yeah, after that, I don't have the original, but I took a hi-hat loop from Nexus. Like, they have folders with just hi-hat loops, a lot used by Metro, TM, Southside, like all of 808 Mafia pretty much. They love to use that in the old school beats, like mid 2010s. So I was like, let me just add that. Mind you, this is not a trap beat. This is like a composition, spooky video game boss level type shit. So yeah, I put gross beat on it twice, Effectrix. I have them muted because I bounced it to audio. So yeah, just gave it some fresh air. There's a free plugin. Just boosted the high end a little bit, give it some air. And I had in the playlist, I panned it, going left and right, the whole song. Yeah, so you see, coming from the right to the left, right, left, whatever. And I did that with 3 different times. So this is a low. I pitched this down. This is like mid, and this is high. So if you really pay attention, you can hear the difference. But it's for me mostly. I know the difference. I hear the difference. That's what matters. So yeah, come back here. After I added that, that's what I have going on. I added this. Well, I'm sure you hear the hats going left and right and all that. Yeah, that's another Nexus preset. I put the reverb and what else? Fresh air again on this, just to give it some more high end. And yeah, so after that, what did I do? Yeah, I turned the delay up in the Nexus plugin. I don't want to open the Nexus plugin right now because I know it's about to crash my shit, so I'm just gonna leave it. Yeah. So that basically gives the main structure of the whole composition with this. So I had this layer, there's a main synth, the bell layer, I had the bass, and then this pluck. That's the main structure for this. So then as I moved on, I added that on top just to give it like a climbing, ascending kind of feel, you know? I like the way it sounded. It sounded really good to me. I was like, this is perfect for this like B section over here, going into like a breakdown. So it just adds energy, you know? Honestly, if I could do this differently right now, I would add these sub frequencies back, like right here. You can't even hear that. Whatever, I'll get into that later. So yeah. Yeah, I had that going up. And then, so there's another layer right here. It's just another sound with the same melody, but I added a halftime to it. The plugin halftime at half speed. So yeah, and then here I just added textures. I had a rain texture, a texture, and more rain. So all provides like different ear candy. Yeah, I also have this vinyl automation coming from RC20 by Excellent Audio. Shout out to them. Yeah, so that's a sick plugin. Get it if you don't have it. Yeah. Then I found this like pluck bell, whatever this is. I love the way that sounded. But if I could do things differently with this right now, I would not have put that much compression on it because I do feel like the dynamics are squashed, and I would try and leave it a little more open so you feel like the impact of all the different elements I added. But you live, you learn. All right. So yeah, that's basically the whole structure of the beat. Towards the end, I changed the pattern of the what I call the chaser synth, the one on top, this one. By the way, I'm right clicking this to solo, right clicking again to on solo. So I turned it up an octave. Mind you, I put some portamento on that just to give it like a very, very slight. I don't even know if you can hear it. It's like very, very, very slight, like whoop, swooping up at the beginning of each note. And yeah, so that's basically the whole beat. other than the main structure, I really just found random stuff to add in. So like sound effects like a riser. By the way, the vinyl static you're hearing is from RC20. It's on the master, so you're gonna hear it with everything. So yeah, like all that stuff just comes together. It's all cool, like different risers. Like if I play all, this is like all the risers going into the drop. Like it sounds super cool. So yeah, open that back up. I got the hats going left to right. And then towards the end, I might have to close FL for this, but yeah. Either way. Before I get to the end, actually, with the mix, I have... This is a very disorganized project when it comes to the mix, but I have regular stuff. Just EQ, carving out different frequencies to make room for other stuff. Like I took this all out because I couldn't hear the hats. I took... like here I took this serum preset. I inverted the polarity because I wasn't hearing it enough. I don't even know if I have this in the beat, actually. I might be tripping. Nah, I don't even have a serum there. Don't matter. But yeah, this is some simple stuff. I just made it sound super complex, but at the end of the day, it is very simple. I have this little tape hiss going throughout the beat just to give it another layer of something you could feel, something that's like more human. If you start just inside the computer and you don't add like all the seasoning, like the little, you know what I'm saying? Like if you don't have that, you won't notice when it's there. You'll like feel it, but if it's not there, you're gonna be like, damn, it's like bland. So I learned this from my favorite producers. Hence, literally, this is basically based off 808 Mafia. They used to do this in like all that old future, dark, scary kind of shit. Listen to Sonny Digital. He did that a lot. Sonny Digital, shout out to him. TM, DY Crazy. Bro, all of them. Fuse, Tarantino. They all use this kind of stuff. And those guys are the reasons why I started producing. So, mind you, I'm not even a trap producer. I did start off as one, but I'm not a trap producer. I'm a fan of music, and that's what I like to make. So yeah, if I get to this section, pretty much the bell layer, I added like higher notes, like sharp piercing notes. Oh, also over here, a trick I like to do sometimes when it comes to like this, right? If I solo all this actually. So this with all the automation. So you hear that little introduction to it, like the little swoop up. So basically I bounced this to audio and I reversed it and dragged it before each like downwards spiral of the pluck. So it goes like that. So I'm not gonna lie, unless you're like locked in listening on a decent system, you're not gonna hear this. But I am, and that's what matters. Yeah, so you wouldn't hear that if you don't have like crazy hearing or you're not tuned in. But I'm a huge advocate for attention to detail. Those who know me can vouch for me. But yeah, that's pretty much the beat. You can go find it on my SoundCloud. I'll link all my stuff in the description. So yeah, I'll just do one more part of this beat. So I'll close this project. Nope. So I'm going to open Ableton. I'm just going to find the project file. All right. So basically what I did was, because FL Studio's automation is really not as intuitive as Ableton's, I brought it into Ableton to do a tempo slowdown. So I automated it. If I press A in Ableton, it'll get me to the automation. So here, A. You see here on the master, it'll show. You would just right click here and then do show automation. So boom, right here, I slowed it down. I slowed it down right here towards the end. Yep, that's what's up. But yeah, so I did that slow down here. I hope you guys like the video. I'm gonna do way more of these with as many beats as I can. I love teaching. I love spreading knowledge. I love sharing the sauce, because it doesn't matter if you know or don't know the ingredients. It's how you use them. And why would I gatekeep if I want to hear more amazing music? So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. That's it from me. Peace.